So, as Texas Jake's rookie season's come to an end, there's one thing that has to happen. And that is, of course, going ahead and advance to the next season. And there's been some big news. Was since the Bengals went ahead and got rid of him, as they went ahead and are fully committed to Joe Burrow, Texas went ahead and moved on. But just because he moved on to another team doesn't mean he's still the same guy. So after some time, he went ahead and left and has become the newest member and a possible replacement for Drew Brees, as he's now on the New Orleans Saints. It's showtime, and you hate to see it. A new season begins now. And Texas has a lot to prove. One of the things he needs to prove to show that he's still consistent all around. That's one. Two, that he could be the perfect, pretty much the substitute for Brees, while everyone else is dealing with other issues. So, overall, it's a big game today, and Texas knows it. And he knows that you have to go ahead and see it. I do want to go and let you know that, well, just because there was a slight change in a few things, it doesn't mean the man's bait. Doesn't mean there was still no change at all. I mean, yes. Well, yeah, and then also, the other big thing is that FBU is something to go ahead and play on different teams. So, a new season, new him. The one thing he's going to need to go ahead and work with is pretty much going ahead and getting this one in. And just this new season, as he needs 20 passing yards to get up to pretty much what could be his career high. Can it go ahead and happen? Find out in today's video. So, despite the fact that, well, the Saints pretty much, he's now pretty much signed with the Saints. He's now going to be doing a public, as he's going to go ahead and hop in, and he's a Bengal. Overall, his goals today is just simple: get 20 passing yards, get 59 rushing yards, and overall, just flat out dominant today. So, here is Texas here now, and he looks pretty good. He has a whole lot to work with. Number one, here he is wearing his favorite uniform while he was a Bengal, the color rush uniform. And looking at this, he basically has the highest pass rating in the server. The other guy that's on there is the other guy on the other team, DJ Swag. So he's still in here. They're out on to kick off. We have Alpha Anime in here. It basically look to go ahead and make this one a brief game. Number 4 takes on number 6. You need to go ahead and see it. So out into the first play on defense. It looks to be a big one. When I got a quarterback and his name, I don't even know who he is, and here comes Texas. Texas wants to get a sack, and he's not gonna have any of it. Here's DJ Swag, and Swag tried to go ahead and mix him, but Texas got his 100 career tackle on that play. So now he has not in this field, and he's responsible for pretty much how the Steelers have been struggling. And now they're going to be forced to punt it out to guess who? It's the Texans. Texas back on the return. One of his overall. Here is the punt. And this one is a long spiraling kick. And here he is going to go ahead and return it. This is out to... He plans to get out to midfield. And... He absolutely misses the man. And the man wants 6 and chilies. But Texas really wants to go ahead and body a man. And he's going to go ahead and get brought down around the 35 because he wanted to be nice. So first play on offense. Texas is going to go ahead and try to fire a pass out there. And that's going to be caught. And that is going to be Hinton. And Hinton wants all of it. But he's short. 2nd and 10. Following the play. Trying to go ahead and go for the play, but I think he was trying to go ahead and go. He went for alpha, but he wants to go ahead and get juke. Wants a breaking ankle moment, and he wants alpha, and he do pass it to him, and alpha sells. So with Alpha going ahead and getting voted in quarterback, Texas wants this passing touchdown. Goes to Alpha again, and finally, they score a touchdown. Doesn't matter for him now. Texas went ahead. He got the start in an unexpected fashion. Gave Joe Burrow, who was a little chance to go ahead and do whatever he wants. So they are forced to go for the extra point since there was no team captain able to vote, which is very sad. And here's the kick, and that is barely good. Now you got let him in the change in. And he's going to go ahead and kick a nice touchback. It's now him versus Mr. Cole. And Texas gets home for his first sack of the day. His second sack of the day is going to be dropped, and it's 3rd and 19. Texas trying to get back here again, and he's pushing him back. Texas doing what he knows best. So it's overall, it's a 4th down situation. Mr. Cole knows he cannot let Texas go ahead and go down there and score. Once he gets to score 1 touchdown, he wants more. And Texas gets it home again. He's going to look for a 1st and 10. He's actually going to do quarterback power. Trucks him. And he's going to go ahead and get in for his first rushing touchdown. A great quarterback power play. Made a truck and taunted Mr. Cole. And here he's doing cowbell dancing. Now he has hit the coin available. Trying to go ahead and he knows he can't really dot it. Now he's going to go for the self pass. But it gets intercepted by Mr. Cole, who apparently has bacon hands. There's the kickoff. The Texas knows they can not allow him to get past the 20-yard line. That'll be a good stop, and there he is, a nice play. Net loss of 10. So then backed up. He's gonna force this channel go ahead and force it, and Galaxy Mind gets in for his first sack of the night. And Texas wants a safety, and he does get it. That's exactly what Texas wanted. And now the Bengals are up 15 to nothing. So here it is to kick off. And he wants to go ahead and get a return. Racing out to the 35, gonna go ahead and try to make a truck move. And he's gonna go ahead and race out. He should not underestimate that. And man, that was a big time mistake. As Texas says, excuse me, I want chicks and chilies. You know what's gonna chase me in? I'm gonna break it down and walk into the end zone. So now with the lead going to the Bengals, you get to go ahead and see it. And here they come on the 2-point. But Texas has other plans. As he's running around, dancing in the pocket. Blue's still trying to go ahead and catch up to him. And he's going to go ahead and race Blue Steel in there. And he's going to get in for the 2-point. Went ahead and gets a nice neck gain. And they went ahead and bullet taking Browns out, but luckily they suffer a big loss game. And Mr. Cole wants a pass. And Texas wants an interception, and Guyums had other plans. And you really could see that. Trying to go for the 2-point. And somehow, Blue Steel's going to come down with that one easily. And Texas already has 10 tackles. It's not even the end of the first quarter. And Texas wants another one. And Guyams somehow made it in. And Texas is mad at his DB. So now here it is. You can see Texas is a little bit pissed off. And Guy Cumes can't go ahead and get it. And something weird's going on. And they ended up going ahead and using a glitch, and now they just have it. And he knows that he has to get this interception here. Texas and the quarterback somehow does not know how to throw. He's going to go ahead and try to run it. But Texas makes sure he stays in his lane. And Texas makes sure reminds them they're breaking one of the big rules of FBU, which is basically can't run it when it's an outrun match game. And Texas goes ahead and makes a good shutout. Texas gets a little bit suspicious of a play. And they end up catching it. Texas trying to make sure that if this ball's gonna be over, and this ball's gonna be perfectly timed. And luckily, P-Dog plays went ahead and came up big there. Big time players make big time plays, and that's what he exactly did right there. That's easy. But with that comes at a huge cost, as now this team's backed up. Here's the big play, and Texas trying to go ahead and get out there, and he gets out to a respectable area. Texas tries to go ahead and throw the pass to P-Dog, but somehow he misses completely. And somehow he gets backed up, and he's in his own end zone. And he's trying to go for the end zone pass, and he has his receiver doing that Texas rush. You can rush him. You can't go ahead and beat him right there. Here's Texas trying to go ahead and make a run, doing what he knows best, and he's making these defenders miss so hard. They rush too. Texas sees the pressure. Tries to go for Goku, and Goku doesn't even see it, or doesn't come back for it. Texas goes ahead and splits the defenders clean. And nearly got past, but Blue Steel had hit stick, and well, yeah. Looking for a play, and that's going to be a big one. Texas knows efficiency ain't going to help him out. And Texas actually knows how to split them. And Texas tries to get past one of their guys, and he has other plans. And Blue Steel somehow catches up to Texas. Texas tries to hurdle their players, but that two-man rush attack is basically hurting them rather than helping them. And here's the pass. Tries to hit Goku, but Goku doesn't even know where the ball was going. You hate to see it. Now tries the fourth down pass. Tries to get hit. P-Dog. And P-Dog says, excuse me, I'm going to help my quarterback out. And that is going to be a big-time touchdown. And he's talking his smacks. And Texas is now on for the 2-point. And he wants to do a little dome trick. Tries to reroute. Knows he's not going to be able to make it into the end zone in time, but he does somehow. And now he has a 31-6 lead. He's telling that he's giving them pretty much a taste of their own medicine in this first half. So, well, yeah. So here it is, the first and 10 play. Texas trying on a 1v1 matchup, gets the interception, and Texas is now out on the return. He knows he's not gonna be able to get past the 25, but he's looking for that block, and he's gonna get tripped by Geik, but a big play, and that's when you know he effed up. That's when Imagination knew he effed up. But Geik went ahead and chased him down. But by the time he did, it was already too late. Texas went ahead and set his team up in nice territory. Texas back in on offense. Trying to go and make plays magically happen out of thin air again. Tries to go ahead and juke past Imagination. And he's trying to go ahead and do the zone. I'm actually trying to play the zone. And Texas actually read the blitz, pretty much read the rush, diagnosed it, and turned and got a big play. 2nd and 10 play, and that's going to be overthrows his man. Very harshly. And he actually gets it to P-Dog. Going to go ahead and enforce the rollout, so it's a right side roll for him. And they have other plans, though, as they got home for another big play. But little did they know that Texas actually had another play up their sleeve. Trying to look for it, and they don't even realize it. And he actually did, and that's how he did, but it was just too late. Texas went ahead and used his own glitch of his own, and just like that, he went ahead and extended the lead very harshly, showing that Texas can really make passer suffer. So he's trying to go for the first person pass. Goes for the deep ball out there, and Goku is nowhere near it. And he's pretty much, and he's getting ticked at Goku as he's sold at least 5 times today. Texas is going to go ahead and chase him down for a big gain. So they're facing a big situation. They're backed up. And they're trying to go for those fade plays and try to go for basically the armed robber play, and that tries to work. I mean, it's working, but Texas knows the play's gonna happen. But he's gonna go ahead and fake bite on it. Looks for the fade, and Texas sees it, but he overreads it. But luckily, he had a guy there to go ahead and make a great play on it. New drive. It's going to be a 1st and 10 pickup. And this is going to be a left side roll for him. And he decides to chew down the clock because he knows he has to go for a Hail Mary here. And he knows he can't do it without much time. Has pretty much so much space. And he's going to go nowhere near his receiver, and the receiver easily intercepted it. Well, the DB easily intercepted it, and Texas knew he had the receiver, but the receiver didn't even expect it to go even near him. What was he doing? Come on, man. Goku again. That's right. Texas basically is getting in the locker room. He's getting to a heat debate with this receiver. And so far their 2-man rush system's working, but he doesn't even have. But Texas isn't even getting blocks. So the second half's going to begin. They're going to go ahead and kind of ask that squib it, but Texas luckily reads it and tries to go ahead. Texas trying to go ahead and get out to the left side. Tries to go ahead and make a read. Makes the cut for the jump. Jukes the defender, and he's racing out there to around the 40. And he's calling on audible. So the bad news is that, well, Steelers got the ball. Don't worry. Texas trying to go ahead and make him roll out. Tries to make sure, and he gets stuck. And he knows he should have went ahead and saved his hit stick. With Goku selling and P-Dog's starting to sell, he's hoping that Wiz can go ahead and start going ahead and pretty much reviving this team. Fourth and 4. They're pretty much at their own 5. Overall, any good game that's not first down for the Steelers will actually help them. And they try to go for the fade, but this time it's picked off in the end zone by Wiz. It's going to be Texas ball. So Texas gets the ball back on the first play of this new drive. Goes ahead, runs it, and goes out of bounds. So here it comes, but he has enough time to go ahead and run another play. And that is second play of the drive, and that's going to be intercepted a third time. And the wide receiver, and he waited. He had JP, but he didn't even read it in time. Texas is basically pissed off now, because not only he's now basically getting off into a really bad situation. He hasn't asked. He's only asking for his players to go ahead and play. Imagination's going ahead though. He's getting back in there. And here's a big play by Guyums. And Texas has already had enough of him. So Texas goes ahead and he picks up and he tries to pick up the jam, but the opter go ahead and sneak in with blue steel. And Texas now has an eye. Well, they're gonna go ahead and go for the pass. It's a self-fade. Somehow P-Dog's there, but Blue Steel also had other plans though too. And that was taking home the touchdown. And here comes Texas, and Imagination gets into the end zone. The Steelers are back in business. And Texas is already pretty angry at his team. So Texas is basically back in this game. And he'll need to go ahead and work on how he's going to go ahead and transition to this area on offense. So Texas is going to go ahead and start that first play, trying to go strong. New play, new drive, overthrows Wiz. He knows it. Alright, a roll side from Texas, and Texas actually goes ahead and takes off, and he only gets about a gain of 1. Texas is waiting for the play clock to chew down. And Texas actually has an idea, but Guyums